Our Geranium story begins 90 days in advance, armed with a tablet, iPhone, and a MacBook, in a battle against professional bookers and rabid foodies around the world. So we hit the refresh button the minute the clock hit 12 a.m. GMT, and every single dinner spot was gone. Suspicious. So lunch it was, and for anyone who's trying, it's thankfully the same menu.
What's the expectation when you sit down at the highest ranked restaurant in the world? What does it take to achieve such a thing? How could one group rise above to set itself apart in such a competitive and talented arena? We decided the best way to share this experience was just to enjoy the moment, remove judgment, and be grateful for potentially being in exactly the right place at the right time.
Geranium sits on the top floor of a corporate building off the back of the Danish National Football Stadium. The restaurant showcases a modern, clean, and welcoming Nordic design, the light-filled space overlooking the canopy from the park below. We were so excited when the hostess told us we got the best table in the house, closest to the kitchen, with unobstructed views of all the action.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Welcome. How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, really good. Thank you. When it comes to champagne, there are a few different options for you. We'll start down here. So Agrippa, Pascal Agrippa, a pretty up-and-coming kind of grower producer in Champagne. This is his 7th cru. So it's the 7 villages in the Côte de Blanc, 90% Chardonnay, the rest splash of Pinot Noir. A great aperitif option. It's really middle-driven, really pretty, elegant, kind of lean style champagne. Next is Dongrier, 2015, from a single vineyard of La Nogière. So Blanc, 100% Chardonnay. Again, quite young, 28-year-old guy, but the past 5 years kind of really making waves in the champagne industry, and a true classic example of Blanc. It's got the peach and the brioche, the toast. It's had considerable oak treatment and a few years on lees as well. So, a little envelope here. Inside you'll find a letter from Rasmus, Soren, kind of the whole team here, just to say hello and welcome. Of course, you'll find your menu for today inside as well. 20 servings. Completely seafood, vegetable focused. Spring orientated menu.
Start with the first one here, which is the Danish tradition. That's salted herring, a bit of dill snaps, dill alcohol, crispy algae shells, some watercress, and some more dill.
After Chef Rasmus greeted us with an aesthetically beautiful and vibrant first course, we moved quickly on to smoked lumpfish roe, milk, kale, and apple, which was custard-based appetizer, super fresh, with a crunchy, smoky flavor of the roe complementing it perfectly.
Third course, another stunning presentation, inspired by La Galerie de Glace de Château Versailles, built on dry egg yolk, a goat cheese, sole powder, and beetroot flour.
The fourth course was a cucumber wrapped in smoked oyster cream, snail eggs, and cucumber oyster broth. On paper, not the most appealing combination for us, but the cold cucumber complemented the rich, umami, smoky oyster cream so well, and had such a stunning presentation with flower garnish. We love this dish.
We moved to local raw farm vegetables with crispy scallops and trout roe emulsion dip. The unique flavor of the emulsion may have detracted a bit from the fresh, crisp, and subtle vegetable flavor, but the quality of the vegetables was outstanding.
The last and our favorite appetizer followed the flowered theme of the prior yellow beetroot dish. This course centered around a deep red and beautifully constructed gold and beetroot pattern with horseradish, mussel, and buttermilk sauce. This was such a creative combination of earthy root vegetable tones over a perfectly smooth but spicy buttermilk horseradish flavor.
The next one here is with white asparagus. We grilled some of them, and we also serve a part of the asparagus raw. This here is a liquid based on pure asparagus. You will find some pickled elderberries in the bottom that we pickled last autumn. Please enjoy the crispy grains with the bitterness from grain coffee.
Thank you. This is going well.
Here is our celeriac dish. So we have this pickled celeriac, which is filled with smoked cheese cream. We have an apple and a kohlrabi pearl also inside. And I just finished up the dish with a sauce which is based on a fermented cream. It's a Kefir fermented cream. And with also a Belgian coffee.
For me, this was the flagship presentation of the day with such a creative construction, unique flavor profile. It reminded me of what an octopus might look and taste like if it was a vegetable.
We have a pancake with truffle, caramelized onion, you find smoked cheese and pickle rams. Thank you. Enjoy.
After 8 courses, this was actually the first hearty dish of the menu. This was just a cheesy, deep-fried bread pancake, simple in flavors, but again, stunning in presentation.
The green asparagus season is here, so you will have them. The beautiful wave made from onion as well, and you have a sauce made from cheese and green asparagus juice.
There were so many layers of flavor to this dish. Creamy, buttery, with fresh, crunchy asparagus, tasted as if it must have been picked that day. Truly a special experience, and just a reminder of how satisfying properly grown and ripened vegetables can taste.
You have rye bread with confit mushrooms and smoked cheese and Jerusalem artichoke. I would eat that first. And then you have a soup of forest mushrooms with pickled hops and an egg yolk and a dark beer. You just drink it out of the cup. Thank you.
So now it's time for the turbot. We stuff the turbot with langoustine. These next to the turbot is grilled turbot fins. You will find flavor from pickled pine. And then aromatic turbot sauce. Yeah, that's good.
The last savory course presentation reminded us of abstract art. The bottom was a puree of new Danish potato, the top was garnished with lovage and parsley and mustard seeds, and foam from fermented cabbage.
Geranium opened in 2007. It received 1 star in 2012, 2 stars in 2013, and finally 3 stars in 2016, which they've held ever since. They've quickly also risen up the ranks of the world's 50 best, starting at 49 in 2012, 19th in 2017, second place last year, and first place this year.
In total for 14,000 bottles. Wow. Red wines, white wines over there.
Chef Rasmus Kofoed trained in Copenhagen after high school, working in Belgium as well as locally in the famed Hotel d'Angleterre, before opening Geranium in 2007.
His childhood, he said, was rural, and he grew up in a family that focused naturally on foraging and fostering a plant-focused diet. This impacted his style of cooking, which he brings to Geranium. This experience, as well as his personal decision to stop eating meat over 5 years ago, led him to describe his meat-free menu at Geranium as a logical decision and a natural progression, where he now only uses local biodynamic seafood and vegetables from Denmark and Scandinavia.
He is the most celebrated chef in Bocuse d'Or history, being awarded the bronze in 2005, silver in 2007, and then gold in 2011.
While it's not unusual for celebrity chefs to move on to new projects after success, this is not the case for Rasmus, who during our sitting was present, focused, and engaged throughout the whole service.
We have creamy licorice and frozen raspberry juice.
Thank you. Enjoy.
And this is the very last sweet bites in Geranium. On a sharing plate, you have chocolate filled with rose hip. And over here, the one and only warm potato cake with nutmeg, yogurt, and vanilla.
It took us 5 hours and change to get through this 20-course, 3-hour menu, so it should be pretty obvious we had a great time. We'd love to hear your comments, though, after seeing this. Would you rank this number 1 in the world? Let us know below, and if you liked the video, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.
So a Geranium Pilsner, it's brewed in Hostess Brewhouse here, using some of Rasmus's favourite botanicals in the brew.